Welcome, fellow Lushes. Come on in, pull up a bar stool, and enjoy some cocktails with Dimples and the Beard.
Okay. All right.
We got her. Perfect.
You got me, guys.
How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. Thank you guys for having me on the show.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Oh.
Thank you for coming on.
It's definitely
Yeah.
our pleasure. Yes, definitely our pleasure.
We are still shocked and awed every time we get to talk to one of you lovely ladies. It just
Oh, well,
never
thank
ceases
you.
to amaze us that this little podcast.
That's why I thought I'd send you some porn today. Some
I know, it was fantastic.
Research. You sent us research.
Saved
Sure.
me some time. I didn't have to go browse the internet at work or anything.
That's always fun too, because a lot of other stuff comes up with it. Not of me, but
Yeah.
comes with the territory.
Yeah. So where should we start? Well, let's introduce you first, because
Absolutely.
we always forget to introduce people.
we start talking and we get in and we're having fun. So it just,
So you are a former Playboy playmate. I'm just gonna
Yvette Lopez.
Yvette Lopez.
Let's start with the name.
right. I want to get that out there. So should we start with Playboy and how that came to be and your experience
Sure.
with them?
Yeah,
Now,
no.
Real quick,
I
was it
was-
modeling first or Playboy first and then modeling, or what came first?
So yes, I was modeling kind of in Santa Fe. I was working with the Santa Fe workshops, and so famous photographers from all over the world come and teach and these classes. So you never know who's going to be in the class, and there could be 5 people, there could be 20 people. So Greg Gorman was one of them. Herb Ritz. I mean, I've worked with so many very famous photographers, and you usually shoot for like 5 days, and it's all year round. So I was doing that since the age of 16. And that's kind of how I got started with modeling and stuff like that. And then I was approached by Playboy when I was 16,
Oh, wow.
almost 17, here in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Okay.
Can
Yeah.
they do that?
Well, they didn't know. I don't think we look our age. I had my boobs out, my high heels on.
Right.
I waited till I was actually 18, 18 and a half. I called them up and said that I was ready. I saved their phone number because I knew at a young age. My mother said, so I grew up between here and Las Vegas, Nevada.
Okay.
And there was a hotel, the Playboy Hotel. And when we'd come visit my dad, my mom said that I'd always look at the bunny and say, I want to be the bunny. I'm going to be a bunny mom. And since I was a little girl, so
Perfect.
manifestation.
It came true.
Dreams come true.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
So you called them and the process, then this process starts, right? We've been hearing it takes a while to get in to do a photo shoot.
Yeah, I actually called them. They said whenever they can, they will get in contact with me. They did probably a month later. And they had called me at 5 p.m. and I shot the next day at 6 a.m. And I shot with David Meese here in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Holy shit. That moved fast.
I guess when they call you don't say no, do you? When they
Yeah, I was not prepared in any which way. So
Yeah.
I even told them, I'm like, I have no time to do anything. They said, don't worry, we'll take care of it for you.
Yeah,
So they shaved me down there. The makeup artist knew how to groom the women. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
What was the first Playboy issue that you appeared in?
It was 1993. I wish I had them upstairs. 1993. I was in 7 issues, I believe.
wow.
1993. All the way through 1997. I did
Okay.
either 6 or 7 issues. I think 7. I did the 50th anniversary, and that
Sure.
made the 7, I believe.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because for some reason, doing our little bit of research on you, for some reason, we could not track down like what actual issues you were in. So
Yeah, it's hard to find. So I did the first all Hispanic woman Playboy magazine.
Oh, okay.
And they only did one, which was called Sexy Latin Ladies or something like that. And I think I sent you one of the photos. I'm in the jean jacket or jean shirt.
Okay.
And it was all through the special editions here in the US.
Gotcha.
Sure.
Okay.
You'd get those bonus issues when you subscribe.
Oh yeah.
Know that very well.
Yeah, for sure.
And so it was one right after another, and then they flew me to Chicago. I shot with Richard Fagley before he passed away at the old Playboy building, and got to enjoy the mansion or the old Playboy house and stay in Chicago for a little bit. It was an experience, you guys. It was, thank God for Hugh Hefner. He really paved the way for not just us women in the magazine, but for many people in the world. I don't know if you guys have seen his new documentary, how he fought for Black rights and women. And so he stood for more than tits and ass, and everyone just thinks of us as, if you really get into the history of what Hugh Hefner did and what he stood for, it makes me even more proud to be a part of the Playboy team.
Yeah. And so early that he was doing this, you know, before a lot of people when he was out in public.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Aretha Franklin, I believe. Yeah. Aretha Franklin was the first Black woman to walk through the front door anywhere through or in her career. It was at the Playboy Mansion, at the Playboy Club. And he told her, you walk through the front door, and she did. And it was this big deal. That's the kind of stuff that man did. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
So through our course of other Playmates, we have been hearing such terrific stories about Hef, and just kind of like what you're saying, that he really was an innovator, and he just stood for so many things, and he just did it, and then kind of took back seat. He didn't publicize it. He didn't talk about it. He just did it. How many exposures with Hef did you have?
How many exposures in my career, you mean? Like, what did it do for me?
Well, I mean, like hanging out with them or hanging out with them at the mansion.
Yeah, I got to hang out. This is going to sound kind of silly, but I was at the mansion probably 4 times, and I only went if it was work. Okay. If I was on the red carpet and they were going to announce my name. Otherwise, my life, Playboy was my work. I came out in the magazine, but it wasn't my life. Okay. I didn't hang out at the mansion to be a part of anything. It really wasn't my thing. I got to meet Hugh a few times. Carmen Electra was a really good friend of mine, and Angelica Bridges. So when I was hanging out with them, Hugh Hefner would see us out and come say hello to us. Very, very kind man. I met him probably 6 times, and he was just super respectful. I never, ever heard anything bad about Hugh Hefner. I don't know, there's so many rumors going out there, and everybody has their own story, which is fine. Right. But the encounters that I had with him were beautiful. I mean, I was proud to know him and proud to be a part of his legacy, and just I'm honored. It's like you meet someone like that who can pave the way for so many beautiful women with I have to say, like, I dropped out of high school and didn't know what I was going to do with my life. And thank God for Playboy and Hugh Hefner, like, believing in women and paving the path for us for a brighter future.
Excellent. And we learned of you through Echo Johnson. You two were good friends in childhood. Is that correct?
Yes. We grew up together in Santa Fe, New Mexico.
That's cool. Yeah.
How fun.
She's
terrific.
Yeah. We've had her on a couple times now, and we love her to death. She's done so much for us in the short little bit of time that we've been doing it. So thanks to her and for hooking us up with you.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Thanks, Echo.
Shout out to her. Well, cheers. So obviously our name is Cocktails with Dimples in the Beard. So we are drinking tonight some red wine. We thought from our favorite winery, a wine called Crush.
Since we both have such a crush on you.
Yay! I like that.
It fit perfectly.
Myself a cocktail. I'm a different kind of drunk, though. I got to get through the interview before I start drinking.
Well, any good stories of?
Any good stories? Let me try to remember one. No, yes, I'm a fun girl. I don't know. I think I'm a stripper every time I drink. Top comes off.
All right,
bra comes off.
We can pause for you to go make a cocktail.
Yeah,
if you need to. I mean, that's fine.
My husband, after I got married, my birthday was the day after, we had a party, and I was so hungover. I didn't drink at all for my wedding, and because I wanted to remember. But my birthday, we just let loose. And the next day, I woke up and my boobs were chapped, and I'm like, "What the fuck did I do?" I'm like frosting all over. My husband's like, "You were titty slapping your birthday cake," and so it chapped my breast. And I told my husband, I was like, so then we left the conversation alone, and then we walked in. We went home because it was a destination wedding, and I go, "You got to stop letting me do that." And he goes, "What?" And I go, "Showing my tits." And he's like, "Why? They're so beautiful." So my husband does not, try to control any of that. So right now I could be topless and jumping up and down, and maybe next time, guys.
Well, YouTube might not like it too much, but we'd be fine with it.
Cheers to your husband. And to you. Thank you for again joining us.
Yeah.
Definitely in the last couple, days, I've been following Sex with Yvette on Instagram. Very open. You are very open on all your stories. They're
very open. Yes, I want to make sure that you guys can hear me because it kind of started.
Yeah, we're good now. Yep.
Okay. So my husband encouraged me to start writing. He thinks I'm very funny. He's laughing at me all the time. And I am a storyteller, and I think I'm a pretty good one. And so he encouraged me to start writing these stories about my past sexual experiences and things that he finds funny. And he's actually my editor.
Oh,
so
perfect.
Yeah. So I didn't even know that I could write. And I started talking into my phone. Then I started cleaning up the stories, and there's so many more. I'm just waiting to tell more about myself. It's really difficult when you're being so raw. It's fine when you're with your friends or your partner, but when you're really telling a lot of people some of those things,
right,
kind of it's a little scary. So I'm waiting to tell more about myself, but I hope you're enjoying them and that you find them funny.
They are fantastic. They're funny. I also listened to the first 2 episodes of Bodacious Minds, and I was laughing at that. And the first episode with Seffi, was her name Seffi Haven?
Seffi Haven
was fantastic. And then the second one with Heidi Fleiss. Another great episode, and she's obviously got a ton of fun stories to tell. And so yeah, you definitely have the art of storytelling. So,
and it gets better. I'm up to 7 episodes, and every time we do a new one and do it, I get more experience. I don't know. It's learning how to speak, and it's really difficult. I thought it was a very easy thing to just talk, but it's not.
It's different when people are going to listen, or it's recorded and you can't change it. So it's a little different, but the more you do it, the better you get, just like everything.
Yeah, I mean,
like everything.
When you talk about being so open and honest, and in your first episode of the podcast, you talk about you doing sex work in your life, and I thought that, I mean, that's not an easy thing to come out and tell the world. So.
It's not. It's still scary because actually this is the first time I'm talking about it. It hasn't even come out in my podcast really yet. Like, it's not. So but it's something that I did, and something that's a part of my life, and something that helped me become who I am. Right. And I had a really good time doing it, guys.
Right. And
which is great to hear, aside from a bad experience. So that's good to hear, actually.
Yeah.
And it's good to get it out there, and to, we've had conversations with a couple of ladies who do OnlyFans, and just, getting it out there and making it normal, and not,
and owning it, like you said.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the one common thing from all you ladies is this is me. This is, you own it, and it's the way it is. That's
I know.
What we try to promote here is in different aspects of that, whatever you want to be, non-judgmental. That's for sure.
It's really important to let women see other women be brave, so that we can, there's so much, the mental health issues and suicide and all these things that I think that by us sharing information, we could really help each other. And now that we have this amazing way of conversing, and sharing stories, it's just, why not? I don't see why we wouldn't share our information with each other, especially young girls. That's why I like telling my sex stories, because at least, men write me and they're like, well, thank you. I never knew I couldn't go from the ass to the pussy to the mouth to the, because of yeast infections or and people write me, and it's like, I hope that, if you can make one person laugh and at least give help one person out, like with some information, then I think I'm doing the right thing. And I hope that there's women, out there that find this a place, or Bodacious Minds find it a place to just come and be themselves and know that they're not alone. And, even like with your podcast, it's okay to be open and have some fun with who you are. It's okay,
Yeah, absolutely. And we've done a little bit of that ourselves, just sharing some stuff that, this whole thing started with us just we going on road trips and telling stories and thinking, God, this is funny. We should put this into podcast format. And then when we got to it, like, how willing are we to tell some of these stories that we say just to each other? And we've slowly started to, tell more and more and more. So it's freeing, and
good. We need more men doing those things, just, it's okay.
100%.
We're all, it's cool. It's actually really cool. And it's like, look what you guys are doing now. And you get to have all these beautiful women on your show and drink whenever you'd like.
Right.
It's not a bad way to spend the evening.
Yeah. We got accused. Our last interview was with Raylan Nelson, who's Willie Nelson's granddaughter. And she asked us about some of the guests, and we started telling her, she's like, "Oh, you guys just have a Hot Girls podcast, huh?" Like, I guess so. Yeah, we just
If that's what it turned into, hey.
We've had a few men. Yeah, we've had a few men. So
yeah.
Yeah.
One day we'll have to get my husband on your show. Me and my husband together. My husband and I together.
We would. Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah. How long
you can
have you
ask
been
him
married now?
You can ask him questions that I won't answer.
Oh, perfect. And how long have you been married now?
We've been together 4 years, and we just had our 3rd year anniversary. We got married October 13th, 3 years ago.
Oh, happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So obviously your stories on the podcast coming up, and Sex with Yvette on Instagram, everybody. That's one of your many Instagram sites, is Sex with Yvette. So you have your stories laid out. How do you pick which ones to share now and which one is to save? And
it's,
what I mean?
There is a trick. No, it's, I read them and then I'm like, I'm not fucking ready to say that yet.
Okay. Okay.
This one's easy. I'll do this one. And, how long is the story? So it's whichever one allows me to be free that day. Because again, it's really difficult talking about getting crabs and your pussy smells and pH value. It's a lot, so I really do. I read them and then I'm like, okay, this one I could do today. We'll save the other ones for later.
Okay. So feel thing. Okay. That's good.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. Mm-hmm. I like that when you're saying that one, is freeing for that day. So you share it. And you're very comfortable in front of the camera. That's for sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Been doing it for so damn long.
That's true. I was going to say modeling. We kind of broke off from your modeling after Playboy. It seems like you've done a lot.
Yeah. After Playboy, I have. I was very lucky. It was not difficult to just ride the wave. I was FHM Top 100 Hottest Celebrities. I was 8-page spread Maxim Espanol. I was hosting with Ed the Sock MTV in Canada. I've done so much. So I've traveled all over the world and have been in so many different magazines, and got to do some really cool radio tours. And I was on the Chris Angels show with Debbie Gibson and 3-6 Mafia, and we did the celebrity seance. And it just really opened up a big door for me. And I'm 5'1", guys. Like, to be able to do the kind of modeling that I did, I was very fortunate. I'm 5'1", and my career as a nude model kind of started to slow down at 35, but then just picked right back up. And I'm 47 years old. And so, yeah. So
look amazing.
And now I'm doing it all over again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You look amazing.
Thank you.
Today as you did with the pictures you sent.
Thank
Which were
my
18.
18-year-old self.
Yeah. So where did the podcast come from? How did you get the idea to do the podcast? And just tell us a little bit about that.
So Bodacious Minds came from Peter Rafelson, who's an amazing music producer. I went to go meet with him about working on music. And then him and I were having lunch, and we just started talking, and he's like, why aren't we doing a show with you, with all your stories and the people you know? And I'm like, I don't know if I'm really ready to do that, but give it to me. Let's see what you got, and let's see if it works. And we went and met with Mark Netter, who is his business partner, and they find me funny. I don't know, men seem to find me funny. And so we started talking. We talked for a few hours, and then we worked on it for almost 2 years before now that we released. It's been like 2 years.
Okay.
And now we just released the first 2 episodes. So it took some time for us to figure it out and grow together and understand what we wanted the show to be. And again, it's all about being free from shame for me. And so it helps me. It's a way of therapy for myself. And I thought, like, if I can do this and I have this way of helping others, then I'm gonna do it honestly and openly. And that's what Bodacious is about. You know, it's about being bodacious mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. And that's the goal for the show. I know there's a lot of sex in there, but I think sex needs to be, if you do that first, then it'll open up the path to make everything else okay. Absolutely. If you talk about that, do it first, but talk about it first on the show. So that's the goal for the show, is just to kind of give people a platform to come and speak their truth and share with others, and hopefully other people can just enjoy it and laugh and cry and get health tips. I'm not a doctor, but
right.
I know a little bit about a lot.
And how do you pick your guests? You just friends you rely on and ask them if they want to come on and talk? And
yeah, I had interviewed a somatic therapist, Brian Mayhem, and he actually was my therapist. And we had 4 therapy sessions, and now we're like the closest friends ever. And he was like, Yvette, I have my best friend, Steffi Haven, who is the #1 escort in America at some point. And he introduced us, and then she became the first woman I interviewed. And then Heidi Fleiss has been my friend for 20 years. And so every time we think of a subject, then I just kind of go, who would be a good fit? And we kind of see who I know and work that way.
That's amazing. Yeah. And like I say, I mean, you jumped right in the first episode and talked about sex work. And I thought it was amazing. And just the ability to be that free right off the bat. And, just like I said, we've done some of the same things here, and it's inspiring. And I think people are going to enjoy it. And I know I enjoyed it. And so
do you have a plan for when you're going to release the next episode, or is it going to be every couple of months, or what's the schedule?
It's bi-weekly, every 2 weeks. Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. So we're expecting another one pretty soon.
Mm-hmm.
Are you?
And they're all, not all of them are so fun. There's some serious episodes, and I can't give it away, but you'll see. Sure. It's a variety of stuff, of information. So
that's Bodacious Minds podcast, and it's on every podcast platform for everyone to go check it out.
Will it be on YouTube? Is there video of it, or is it?
Yes, we are actually in the process of having everything edited.
Okay.
We record all our episodes. So yes, you'll get to see faces. And I think that's the most fun, is watching people have a good time or not.
Yeah, right.
A human emotion. Yeah, it comes out.
Oh, absolutely.
It comes out. So that's why we started doing the YouTube as well, because it seemed people connected better.
Right. Yeah. Our first handful of episodes were just audio, and then we got over to video and
or we said we have beautiful women on. People want to see that instead of
they don't want to see us.
Yeah, they don't want to see us.
Yeah.
I like to watch men get drunk. There's something about it.
All right. Well, another glass of wine then.
There you
another
go.
glass of wine makes me feel better about myself.
Perfect.
So you have to have some good Heidi Fleiss stories. I mean,
Oh my God, I have so
it had to be
many. I'll tell you
intense.
one that I haven't told anyone. It's really fucking funny.
Okay.
So my best friend Mikey Post, who is 3 feet tall, and he's actually in one of my stories. He's the one that had the tongue dildo stuck up his ass. And I had to get it out for him.
I guess I didn't realize
you
he
gotta
was
hear
that.
the whole story. Yeah,
That's
I
short.
can't even tell the whole story because it's I just couldn't. But so Heidi and I and Mikey were in Vegas, and we got so fucked up one night. Heidi doesn't drink, but she parties in her way.
Yeah.
And Mikey and I were just wasted. And he was running around the casino that he wants dick. And he's 3 feet tall. So the way he ran, I can't really run, but he like goes, you know. And so we went to this bar and we were sitting down. And I don't know, Heidi was playing the little gambling. I don't really gamble, so the machines.
Yeah.
And I ordered a cocktail, and this guy wouldn't fucking stop touching me. And he kept putting his hand on my leg. And I'm like, you stop touching me. And again, and I was like, one more time, you're going to regret it. And so he did. He put his hand on my leg and started to move up. So I was on my period at the time. I spread my legs. I took out my tampon. I smacked his face with it.
Oh.
And Heidi is laughing so fucking hard she can't breathe. He's yelling, murder, murder. And they call security. So Heidi grabs me. We start to run off. Well, we can't run because of Mikey. Mikey jumps on this little scooter. We all get on the scooter thinking it's going to take us fast. We wreck into a slot machine, fall over, leave the scooter there, take off. And that's one of my Heidi Fleiss stories. Anytime I was with her, it was just something. We went one time and I'll tell you another one. She picked me up from my house and she was like, come with me. And I was like, well, where are we going? She goes, I'm not going to tell you. I was like, okay. So I was like, well, let me get ready. So I worked with Maria Shriver with Best Buddies they brought in celebrities and we got to speak and work with kids with Down syndrome. And I had this outfit from this event I worked at, and it was Best Buddies. So it was like a biker outfit with butt pads and everything. So I put this biker outfit on and went with her, and we went to still rocks. We just went to go like still these big rocks that we really couldn't still because they're so big and heavy that she and I could not carry. But those are the kind of adventures that we would have together. We just did things that made no sense at all. And that never worked out. Like it never was like, oh, okay, we got to still a rock. She'd actually come to my house and be like, text me, I left you a gift, and it'd be a rock outside my door.
Yeah.
No lie. It was always like, okay, Heidi, thanks for the rocks. Yeah.
Well, at least you could say you attempted. You know, you went on the adventures. That's half the fun.
Yeah, being friends with her, it was definitely like some of the best times of my life. I love that woman.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, good to see that she's doing good, you know, with all her legal
birds.
issues.
Her birds.
Yeah, her birds. She rescues exotic birds. I don't know if you guys know that.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Has like 27 of them at her house, flying everywhere. And I would sleep over and I'd wake up, they'd be on my head and they're angry. And one like ejaculates on her arm. He's like, woo, and just like rubs himself on her arm. And he comes on her arm.
Oh
like
my God.
And two spoke Japanese, one spoke Spanish, and they're all screaming, and it's fucking nuts.
Well, speaking of coming from the skies, you do have another story. We'll blame it on the bird poop.
Coming from the skies. Yes, the sex while I was parasailing.
I didn't hear this one.
I did.
I'm in for it.
Yeah. It was so long ago. And I told my husband, I have to go. We're going to Miami for Thanksgiving. I was like, we need a parasail so I can first remember the moves that I made and even see like what was humanly possible. Because the way I remember it was we went up and we were in the sky. We faced each other. I pulled my panties to the side, or my bathing suit. Was it my bathing suit? I can't remember. And we had sex. And then when he pulled out, the stuff came out of me. So then I was like, fuck. And I was like, it was like messy. And so then he was like, don't worry. He was like, we asked him to dip us. So he'd dip us in the ocean, and it would like wash my vagina and put us back up. So true story, guys. True story.
So
all my stories are true.
Except for the people who got rained on, it all was good.
Well,
That's what I was like, what if it fell on the guy's head? And then that's why I put the bird. Maybe he thought it was a bird to shit on his head on it.
She does have on her Instagram like a cartoon of the story, which is perfect for it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Here, I was listening to the podcast, and you were doing
every one of
stories.
your Instagram stories.
I'm gonna switch over now and go check those out.
Yeah, you have to. It's a must. Did you like the crab story?
I could relate to the crab story.
Thank you for sharing.
Yes.
Here we go.
Sharing is
Were
caring.
yours friendly?
Well, they were, but like you stated, you're like, what's going on when you're young, you don't know what's going on, and until you pull the first one off. I never saved mine. I got rid of them, but someone
Unlucky
decided.
you.
Yeah.
No, I had to save one. Like, come on, guys. I'm like, what the fuck really is this? I love to know things, and anything that goes on with my body, and even if it was your body and we were friends, I'd be like, give me one. We're gonna go find out what it is.
Well, I did the same thing. There were plenty of them. So when I went to the emergency room,
Emergency room.
I did. I got back from a weekend, and then that Monday I worked second shift. And after my shift at like midnight, I went to the emergency room and said, what's going on?
How many did you have? Was it a lot?
There were enough. There were from when I remember. It was long time ago. Ladies, they're all gone.
It was last weekend.
But I
go
was
to the
amazed.
store and buy the Lice shampoo. It's much easier, cheaper.
Well, it was shampoo from my neck, every inch of my body, and I laid in bed for 12 hours or something.
Oh my God.
That was
No, it was not fun. It was very itchy, and they multiplied very fast.
Mm-hmm.
And it was not a good time at all. And I don't know I don't think I gave them to anyone, because I was only having sex with one person at that time. But yeah, no, God, I thank God I never got them again. I hope I never do.
That is a clear indication of your partner cheating, though, is when you and you're only having sex with one person.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to figure out which one. But anyways.
That's really bad. You might have given it. Did you think you gave them to someone else?
I had to tell some people. Yeah.
Oh, how fun. That's always a good time.
Some people.
That's a great conversation for a high school kid.
Some people.
How very responsible of you. You're adulting.
Yeah. So yeah, so I can relate. That's another great story. Anyone will encounter if you. I highly recommend going to Sex with Yvette Instagram page.
Yes, have a good time. Have a good laugh with me on there.
Right, absolutely.
Can't wait for more.
Did you finish all the episodes?
I did.
Oh,
Listen to every one of them. I listened to every one of them.
Just for you, I'll put one up tomorrow.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I will look forward to it.
I'll dedicate it to you.
There you go.
You're going to get a very special treat.
A good story.
A very good story.
You made me so happy.
Mommy's going to read you a bedtime story.
Oh,
perfect.
it just got better.
I want to listen to it every night before I go to bed now.
Right?
That's so funny.
That I'm looking forward. So I do want to touch on Bodacious Minds, not the podcast. Now, I see you're affiliated with a store, massage parlor. Or were you just
massages? No, these fucking guys. No, it's not. Yeah, I don't know why it looks like that, but sure, I'll give you a massage.
Well, that's why I'm asking, because it says you were.
Yeah, no, it's really not. My producers didn't tell me that it wasn't done yet, so we haven't even got to that part yet. It's new to me that the website is a massage place. Maybe they're like, trying to
two locations.
recreate 2 locations. No shit. Where am I?
There's 2 locations on the website.
We have breaking news.
What cities am I in?
I don't remember.
No, everyone out there, I will not be at either location giving massages. Yeah.
There you go. All right.
It read more like you could go there and get them, but you're making a guest appearances.
Oh, at the massage parlors. Well, this is very interesting.
Yeah, like not so much. One was, what did I tell you? Pedicures and margaritas or something, and massage by the beach. So that's what it appeared to be.
It sounds like fun to me.
They both sound perfect.
Maybe I'm missing out. I gotta
check it out. It's on there. But I mean, I just thought maybe at first it was like coincidence of the name, but it gives your bio at the top.
That's really funny. It reminds me, my husband and I were just in New Mexico, and his name is Louis, by the way. So Louis and I, we like to get massages a lot, and we're at a point where like we're about to let some shit happen. But it's the second time that we've gone to a place and they put us. We just want our feet rubbed, but I go to a room and he goes to a room, and for some reason they take me far away. So I'm like, okay. So we just go in the rooms, and next thing you know, she's rubbing me, and she doesn't really know what she's doing. It's this woman, and Asian woman, she can't really speak English. And she's really cute though. And then she was like, after a few minutes, she goes, "You like cookie massage?" And I was like, "Cookie massage? Did I just hear her?" Like, she was asking me if I wanted a cookie massage. So I was like, "No, just a butt cheek massage." So she rubs my butt cheeks very, very good. Like my butt cheeks were very like nice and loose after my massage. And my husband, so it was done. I come out, my husband's sitting there with a smile. I'm like, that fucker, he got a hand job. And no, he looks at me and he pulls out probably like 30 little mints, because she asked him if he wanted, she went like this and didn't say anything. "You want?" And he was like, "No." And so she handed him a bunch of mints for not getting the hand job.
Wow. Had I known. I didn't know I could settle for the mints.
Hand job, mints.
Well, I prefer the hand job personally. That's
But so what's a cookie job?
My pussy.
Well, I figured that, but I'm trying to figure the cookie.
You never called it a cookie before?
No.
Have you heard of a cookie? Oh, when you're a little girl, they call your pussy a cookie.
Oh, Jesus.
I did not. I've never heard that.
Yeah.
I haven't either. And,
But now they do it at the massage parlors. You want cookie massage? And when I was leaving, she goes, "Come back for cookie massage."
Well, I've often wondered about that as I was leaving Asian massage parlors, and there would be women in the like waiting room, like, are they here for the same thing that I am? Or like, I didn't know women had to resort to that, but maybe it's
they turn us down. My girlfriend, she'd kill me if I told you her name, so I won't, because she's well known. But she and I went for a massage in LA, and we're like, there's bars on these windows. Fuck it. We were like, we're knocking, ringing the doorbell, and they all look out the window and they're like, no. Oh. We're like, what the fuck? That's not fair.
That's not fair.
You guys get to have all the fun.
Well, and the truth of it is they do give damn good massages too. So it's not like it's, a bad massage.
Do they put a condom to jack you off, or even like maybe a towel over their face? Like, what do you like? Or do they hold it like somewhere it won't hit their body?
Yeah.
I think they go like this.
Yeah. Yeah. They make sure they aim it away just in case.
They aim it up.
Right. Just straight in the air. Yeah. No, they do a good job of avoiding any offshoot.
Any eye contact.
Yeah. Yeah. They're professionals.
I kind of want to go in and ask for a cookie massage just to see what they say.
You don't have the right
should. You have to report back to me.
They're going to roll you over.
Oh my God, my face hurts for all the wrong reasons.
Hey, well, you never know, right?
You never know.
But never been offered a mint.
No, just water, not mint.
Just water. I know. They're so cheap with you guys.
Yeah, just hydrate. Okay.
Hydrate.
Makes
sense.
You
need electrolytes.
Hydrate and move on. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, so much fun.
Yes. Well, and back to what you're saying, it's fun to be free. And once you get comfortable, you can have fun with it.
Everything there should be humor in everything that we do. Otherwise you're going to drive yourself crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're not hurting anybody. We're just here having fun.
Yeah.
So
see, that's what I say.
yeah.
So how did you meet your husband? And what's the love story there?
My friend didn't like the guy that I was sleeping with, and so he introduced me to.
He sabotaged.
Wait. You don't say the guy I was dating.
He was cock blocking. True story. My friend couldn't stand it that I was talking to this one person, and he was like, "You have to meet my homie." And my husband's so not a homie. You saw him. And I was like, all right. And honestly, it was like the first day we met, that was it. We went home together and I never left.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Love at first sight.
Mm-hmm.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
And thank you for friends for hooking you up.
Right? If you can't trust your
friends.
friends.
I like that I never had to get on those websites. I got on websites to, but to make money and that kind of stuff. But not to find true love.
Right.
And I'm very happy that I got to find my true love in a very natural way.
Yeah.
So have you always lived in Vegas? Well, not always, but in your adult life?
Born and raised in Santa Fe, New Mexico. And then I should say raised between here and Santa Fe. And I would always move from LA to Vegas and New Mexico. So wherever I could afford to be, that's where I went. And it was always easier to come back here. I was a convention model and I had my agent here. So I knew I could get a lot of work very quickly, make money very quickly, then go back to LA and afford to be there until I landed the next job. That was before escorting became a very big part of my adult life.
Was that only in Vegas? The escorting?
Work?
The escorting?
No, it was all over the world.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That opens up so many thoughts in my
head. Yeah.
All over the world. I assume that means you had people taking you all over the world.
Yes, I would be. My first job that was ever offered to me was $60,000 in Japan, and it was for 3 days. And I didn't take that job because I've never been to Japan. I was how old was I actually, that was not my first job. I'm lying to you guys. I really am. I'm getting my time frame mixed up. But a job after not doing it for a very long time.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't want to go to Japan. So then I was sent to New York, and I actually met somebody and then started dating him for a year. And then, but no, yes, they were all over Europe and Australia. And yeah.
Okay. So they would fly you out to wherever they lived all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Those have to be, are you going to ever put those stories down?
Well, I'll probably have to tell all in a book, because it's really hard to tell those stories in a whimsical way. Like, and then, it's like, it just doesn't, it's not really it's not funny.
Sure.
But they were fun trips. And yes, I will definitely be telling all at some point somewhere. Probably in a book though. That's the plan.
Awesome. Okay.
Awesome.
Because it sounds like, they'd be interesting stories.
I would love to read.
You guys can travel with me all over the world.
Okay. Sign me up.
How many years did you do that?
So let me think. I was probably 20. I think I was 20 when I started. And then it would start and stop. So I was probably 20. And then I stopped probably when I was, I met my husband when I was 42. So that's when it stopped.
Okay.
37, like 39-ish.
Sure.
So it's a big part of your life. I mean, many years. So not just, okay. So yes, you have lots of stories. for many
a lot of
years.
stories with a lot of amazing people, and I'm very lucky that there's no tragedy or trauma.
That's
Well,
what I was
good.
going to ask. Were there any bad experiences? But it sounds like you didn't really have any.
Mm-mm.
That's great.
Mm-mm.
I mean, you hear about, unfortunately, you hear about all the bad stories and what can go wrong with it all. But it's good.
Yeah. Yeah. It was like fairy tales.
Oh,
And they usually go
That's why it
bad.
was hard for me to settle down with anyone because nobody could give me those fairy tales. And I met my husband, and my life is a fairy tale now. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
Love triumphed overall.
Right? Absolutely.
Well, I mean, I didn't expect to be that get this in depth with you tonight. So I appreciate you being so open.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't mind.
Open book.
Well, and to your husband too, because some men would be like, I don't want you to tell those stories. I don't want anyone to know. But so kudos to him for being so open as well.
Yeah,
Seems like a great guy.
He encourages me all the time to keep using my voice, tell my stories. And it's just, he knows what I stand for, and it's the freedom from shame and I'm always trying to help others. And I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I'm certified in energy work, and I owned a yoga studio, and I haven't practiced in a minute, but I had a practice where I help people with trauma. So, it's something that he knows that's important for me, and he feels that it's a way, it's very therapeutic for me as well to tell my stories and be comfortable with who I am, and especially as I'm transitioning into the womanhood. But in your 40s, your hormones and all kinds of shit starts to happen, and everything starts to change, and you feel like you're going crazy a little bit. So it's a good way to keep myself entertained and keep myself just feeling good about who I am, and not regret anything that I've ever done.
Yeah, absolutely. And you also have a singing. You are also a vocalist and have an album coming out. Is that correct?
I'm gonna say that now you're filling your time with new adventures, which
yeah. I was in Germany 2 months ago for a month. I went to finish my album there with Jens Gad and Toby Gad.
Okay.
Jens Gad was one of the producers and writers for Enigma and Beyonce, and his brother writes and produces so many people, famous people. So they, Jens and I have been friends for 11 years. We started writing together 11 years ago, and we finally thought now's the time to do a bilingual album together. And we did, and it was so much fun, and it's so freaking good.
Yeah.
And right. I just shot a music video. I've shot 2 music videos, but I just shot one the other day for one of my songs called Faded. And we're trying to figure out how we want to release the songs. I don't want to just put them out there just to put them out there. So we're really taking our time to shop the album and see what we come up with, and figure out how to make it into something,
Okay, so it's done. It's complete.
It is done. Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. I was listening on. You have the melody of all your songs on your website that I was listening to over and over again. So yes, they were very good. You have a lovely voice, and so you wrote all of your songs.
There's 15 songs. I probably wrote about 9 or 10 of them.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, and I come from a family of musicians. My father and his brothers were famous very young. My uncle's been up for Latin Grammys. He does a lot of the shows here in Vegas. And my dad made his first 45. I believe he was 7 years old, and going on tour, like singing with his little guitar. And my dad's played with everyone from Gloria Stefan to Shaka Khan to my dad passed away about 8 years ago he was 50, I think it was 57 or 58, but he had a very full life, and he was quite the animal, that guy. Yeah. But yeah, so I get it from him. A lot of my naughtiness and openness, and then the musical and entertainment side comes from my daddy as well.
Will this be the first album, or do you have other music? This is
first album.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Awesome.
So did you decide which songs you're going to sing in English and other songs in Spanish?
So they
Or how
just,
did that work?
so there's just songs that I know I want to do in Spanish and some that I wanted to do in Spanish and English. So it's bilingual. So some songs are mixed.
Okay.
I just kind of know what we want them to be. Working with Jens is amazing. That guy is so talented. I can't even tell you guys. Him too. He's very aware of my sound and my personality. So he knows what's going to be best for the songs that we create together.
Okay. See, I didn't know with the melody, it was snippets of each one and it was mixture. So I didn't know if there were some songs that were all Spanish. Okay. Well, that'd be interesting. I can't wait.
Yeah.
So you don't know exactly when it's going to come out though.
Not yet. We want to shop it for at least 6 months, and then we'll see from there what's gonna happen. The music world is so difficult and not at the same time. I'm not really doing this to make pennies. I want to really try to do something with this. I think that we can, but also using it to bring forward everything else that I'm doing as well, and being free from shame and mental health. And so really trying to put the whole package together so it makes sense for everything that I'm trying to do.
Sure. Yeah. Makes sense.
So is that where you got the inspiration for writing the songs, is from your career and from your experiences?
Yeah, it's, yes, for sure. Experiences. Even Jens, when he sent me some that he wrote, and his brother, he sent me songs that he knew that would be a good fit for me. And I listened to probably 30 songs and chose 4 from his album. And then stuff that Jens and I write together, it's crazy because I didn't even know I could write. And 11 years ago, I got introduced to him, and Beyonce was recording in one room, and I walk in and I'm like, what is going on here? And he's like, come on in and grab a pen. And I'm like, wait, I don't write. He's like, yeah, you do. And we just started writing. And next thing you know, he flies me to New York, and we're writing there. And, he's the one who brought this songwriting out of me. I didn't even know that I could write songs. And then now I'm learning how to do it in Spanish. So it's a process. It's different and it's fun. I like this whole journey of learning who I am as this woman in her skin at 47. Using my voice more than just my body is very important to me. And it's all new. This is all, and it's been interesting.
Yeah, it's a transition, isn't it? And now, you're telling stories on a podcast and recording songs. It's all, that's fantastic.
Not judging myself, not caring what people say about me or how I'm supposed to look. And nobody can tell me what to do when I'm using my voice, especially with all these platforms that we get to do for ourselves, or, Instagram, Facebook, our podcasts, and nobody can control what we do. And I think it's a beautiful thing.
Right. Yeah. There's just a million ways to get your stories out now and tell it your way and not let it be dictated. It's great.
So what else do you have in the back of your mind that you want to try next?
Well, I have a clothing line. It's called the Walking on Love Project. And I created a shoe insert that's antibacterial that has positive messages on them. So when you take your shoe on and off, you always see a positive message to yourself. So all day that positive message is resonating with you, and you can remember it. And when you take your shoe off at night. Yeah. And so it started there, and I partnered up with this woman, Kessie Gibson, who is huge in the sustainable world. And she loved my idea so much, she became my business partner. And now we have a pajama line, a lingerie line, and that's getting ready to launch hopefully before Christmas. And all of our clothes have positive messages on them as well. Also, in trying to do positive things for people who are feeling blue, especially after COVID, right?
Yeah. No
good
doubt
timing,
about that, right?
So do you have a website for that or anything?
We're working on it now.
Okay.
Because we've got our store coming up, but it's Walking on Love, WALKING on Love.
Okay.
And I don't even know if you can find it. That's her stuff that she's in charge of. But it should be out really soon.
Okay. Well, we'll look for that.
It'll be on my website as well.
I did see it mentioned. I just I couldn't click on anything to get to it. So
Yeah.
that's why thought I would ask about it.
Yeah.
But that's neat though. The insoles with
So
you look at your feet, you look at your shoes every day as you take them off. You never know.
So you have a lot of stuff coming up in the very near future.
I do.
Yeah. With the podcast, the album, the clothing line, you're definitely a busy woman.
So they say. Everybody thinks that I'm so busy. I'm such a hyper person that it's like I don't have enough to do. I'm bored all the time.
Yeah.
It's the weirdest thing. I know.
Do you find time to sleep? That's the.
I wish. I sleep and I are friends sometimes, but yeah. I wanted to show you guys something. So look, here, my husband just pulled it up.
Okay.
It is walkingonlove.com.
Oh, there it is.
I just found out it is up, guys.
Oh, perfect.
There we go.
So one word, walkingonlove.com.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's my model. She's so freaking gorgeous.
She is. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, she's a local Vegas girl. Yeah, so it's so we do have a lot going on. I'd love to continue working with you guys somehow, and I love what you guys do as men. We need more men, talking shit.
Right. Absolutely. And just putting it out there and not being afraid to, the other thing, and we really haven't broached it much yet, but I'm on antidepressant medication, and just a big advocate for talking about that and
getting it out
in the need, especially for men, because men feel like they can't talk about it. So that's one of the things I'd like to do with this thing at some point, is to get a little more, this thing it's just been a whole lot of fun so far. And, like you said, you have some of your serious episodes. I'd like to do a little bit more of that with this too. So.
Yeah, I suffer from anxiety and depression myself. And it's no fucking joke. I had a cousin who took his own life from depression. And there has been days where it's very dark. And I never used to tell anyone. And now I'm lucky I have my partner that I get to cry to and wake up and some days you don't want to get out of bed, and it's okay. These things are okay. And I'm learning to not try to control it, but just to accept that it's a part of who I am and what's happening to me. And I'm happy to hear you as a grown man say that, because it's true. There's not enough of in any women or men, but not enough men admitting their sadness or the way they feel. And that makes me sad for men. You have to be macho and you have to be these things. And it's not okay. You can be sweet and you can have thoughts and issues, everything. I don't really want to speak on your behalf, but I just know, coming from me, it's again, shameful. I thought something was really wrong with me.
Absolutely. No, it's very much the same way. And, I see a counselor, and I just make sure for a little at the beginning of all of it. Yes. I didn't want to talk about it and didn't want to talk, but now I'm very free with it. And I make sure I tell as many people as I can. I find it, it's important to me to get it out there. So, but I don't know how
to everyone.
Yeah.
You get it out. Yeah.
I think that a huge part, and that's what happened to me, is accepting that's who I am.
Yeah.
And it's okay. So once you accept that that's who you are, and that's good, and you don't give a shit what other people think. If they do, then they shouldn't be in your life. Fuck them.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So there you go. So any message we can get out is really what
we're
for. We're so open. It's so much fun. It's so much fun being free.
So
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. Being free is like the best gift we could give ourselves. I think that we all have the same gift in life, and we can all have anything we want. So this is why I say, share your stories, because you don't know who it's gonna touch or mean something to, or even hearing us talk about it. And no one would probably guess that you would have anxiety or depression, or me anxiety and depression, and it's because we do these things, but we're doing it for a purpose. It's not just for ourselves, it's for others. And and if somebody can know that, it might help somebody.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Help someone else to free themselves to someone else, and that's all that matters. Perfect.
Awesome.
Woo.
We're getting there. We're getting there. One episode at a time.
Right. All right. Would you like to promote everything one more time, and then we'll
Everything.
Everything. Let's see if I can remember.
Yeah, right. You got a lot. Put to the test.
So we got at Sex with Yvette and the Art of Getting Laid. You can hear my stories on Instagram. And then we have at Bodacious Minds. Bodacious Minds is my podcast. You can find us on Instagram as well. And we have Walking on Love, the Walking on Love Project. That is my clothing line that with positive messages and the shoe inserts. And what else do I got, guys? My music. You know, you guys, if you want to hear anything, you could go to Yvette-Lopez.com and you'll find everything there. I was asking my husband, is that a dash? But he said, what is it called?
Hyphen, maybe?
A hyphen.
Hyphen.
I
don't know the difference.
It's the one that's up above, not down below.
Well, that's an underscore.
Not underscore, the
Oh.
one that's in the middle.
Oh, okay.
So that's a dash.
Okay.
Yvette-Lopez.com. And that's usually from now on, you'll be able to find all that and all my stuff there, not all that. And hey, have you guys heard of the Playboy avatars?
No.
Oh, you guys are missing out.
What
So
is
Well,
Playboy, it's an underground world. Playboy just started creating avatars. They're little, and you buy them. They're like $800 an avatar. And I think today was the last day you can buy them. And they have a big party in New York for everyone that bought them. I actually bought 2. And you get to like, and I don't know what my outfit's going to be yet. They haven't told me. And so it's like a big reveal this weekend, what your avatar is going to look like. And you either get a tie or a hat and there's like these different things and you go through the rabbit hole. It's a whole world now with all these NFTs. And yeah, it's pretty cool. So you guys should investigate that a little bit. I think you guys might have fun with it.
We'll have to look into that. Maybe we can
we'll search on the after we're done.
Is that a write-off?
Yeah, isn't it?
I don't know.
It is now.
We're still looking into that. We'll figure that out.
It's work.
Yeah, right. It is work.
So yes. So that's where you can find all my stuff. And
The Yvette Lopez 1 on Instagram.
oh, at Yvette Lopez 1. That has photos. And through any of those outlets, you can follow me and find me. And, yeah.
Awesome.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
Really looking for love and support at Yvette, at Sex with Yvette and the Art of Getting Laid.
That's a big one. And I've been enjoying it immensely since I started listening to it and watching. And then it's clips, and when you don't have a clip, and I was going to ask you that real quick. Because some stories have a clip of you talking and others have like a picture and some have cartoons. Is there a reason the level of story that you decide if you're going to say it yourself or if you put a picture when you tell a certain story?
I'm eventually going to go live where I'm telling the story. Still a little shy, but I just came up with these ideas of hiring different artists to do little animations for each story. And I just haven't found somebody who's willing to do some of the other stories. So, yeah. So as soon as I find someone, I have a few that I ask, and if they'll do. Did you like the hair combing one?
I did. I was telling him about it right before we started.
No, he told me about that one. So
and then you got the tossing salad story.
I think I know what that one's probably about. I know what I'm doing tonight when we're done here.
Hopefully not tossing salad.
Nope. No, I'm going home to somebody. We'll be good.
Oh, there you go. You gotta go and listen to the things. Yeah, it talks about it talks about hygiene for men. And and the possibilities of getting your salad tossed more often if you would wax your ass.
Oh, yes.
There you go.
All right.
In my world, anyway.
I'll work up to that.
It's very important. To your point, hygiene.
I think it is.
Can I get the hand job at the same time they're doing that? Does that work? Maybe that would.
Why not?
Yeah. Might make it a little easier.
More research, massage parlors.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for your time. And you said earlier, if we, ever could figure out something else to do, well, anytime you want to come on, you just let us know. We'd be glad to have
Absolutely.
you. So if you want to come back on and promote anything when, the clothing line's coming out or whatever,
More it
Feel
gets
free.
bigger because it's going to. And you mentioned you and your husband, if you have
yeah, that too.
another world that you'd like to talk about,
It's a fun world.
we'll definitely make time and definitely talk about that with you guys.
Absolutely.
Thanks, guys. If you guys ever want to come on Bodacious Minds, you're more than welcome as well.
Okay. That'd be
You can
great.
come be bodacious with me and let me interview you.
I have stories to
Ooh.
tell, so I'm willing to tell some stories.
I think this could be fun.
We
Yeah.
do have
Absolutely.
we both have some stories. So
Yeah.
we've lived.
You got some good Vegas stories.
We
All right.
that's one of the ones that is being hidden for a while.
All right, guys.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.
Have a good night.
Thank you for listening. The tavern is closed for now, but we'd love to have you back for more fun next time. Seriously, though, get your asses out of here.